So it gets slightly tricky at times where you want to do it because there are a lot of other factors that are playing. They give honest feedback and I listen to them and I try and implement it wherever I can. The outline was already given by season one, so it was slightly easier for me to imagine how season two is going to be. For 80% was absolutely new for me. So it was challenging for me also to tickle me when things are being done in such a way because this was something new to me as well. So I watch my work to see if I am habitual to doing something over and over.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Daman, with or without you, I will fight back.
Impressive. इस सब भी आपको मेरी जरूरत पड़ेगी।
पुराने किरदार की छवि को तोड़कर एक नए किरदार की छवि में अपने आप को डालना कलाकारों के लिए वैसे ही बहुत चैलेंजिंग होता है एंड देन दे एक्चुअली हैव टू ब्रेक दैट छवि फॉर द फैंस. Well, that's what Nandish Sandhu is doing in Undekhi 2. जी हाँ दोस्तों, टेली चक्कर के साथ आज जुड़ने वाले हैं Nandish Sandhu एंड वो करेंगे बात मेरे यानी विशाखा पंडित के साथ एंड he will be sharing about all the memories, all the learning process that went behind for this series Undekhi 2. आइए बुलाते हैं नंदिश को और जानते हैं कैसा रहा है उनका सफर इंडस्ट्री में, अपकमिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड अ लॉट मोर इन दैट. Well, I'm saying firstly congratulations for Undekhi 2. आप एक न्यू ज्वाइनी है लेकिन obviously आपका काम फैंस देखना चाह रहे थे, so it's gonna be quite a delight for them to watch you here at Undekhi 2. How excited are you? Like because you know एक benchmark set था season 1 से and you are the new addition.
Correct.
How is that gonna be for you now?
It's going to be exciting for the audience. I am absolutely excited and thrilled about joining Undekhi season 2. But I think the audience is going to be even more excited because they are going to see something they've not seen me playing before. And it's always been like that for me because I've always tried to break the stereotype for me, whatever I'm doing. So even here, I've tried my bit. Now, slightly nervous as to how the audience is going to perceive it.
Well, you just said that you've always tried breaking those stereotypes set for your own self. So breaking those stereotypes hasn't been easy for you, or has it been quite a tough one because choosing from what is being offered to you and then being very picky about okay, this character will suit me or this is gonna test my limits. How difficult has it been for you?
It's difficult. It's not. It doesn't come that easy because it's difficult to first of all get opportunities, and out of those opportunities, then you're being slightly choosy about the kind of characters you want to do and the kind of characters you want to skip because you've done something very similar in the past. So it gets slightly tricky at times where you want to do it because there are a lot of other factors that are playing. One is money, of course, because you have to keep working. Secondly is that sometimes you don't want to extend the break too much between two projects. So you feel, you get tempted to do a project because you feel, there's been quite a while, there's been a gap and I want to be seen. And your fans and your audience are constantly asking you, when are you coming back on screen? So you need to give an answer to them also. And at the same time, you want to make sure that you're not doing the typical thing that you've done in the past, so that your audiences are not disappointed. So it's a tricky thing, but yeah, if you balance it right, it's worked for me. So I know it's been working for me, and whatever roles I've played, people like it. They like the shock value that I give them, and so this is also going to be a good shock for my audience.
Well, I would want to know at least like multiple of things, but then first thing here that how well do you like the term comeback? Like whenever you choose projects and then there's this gap between projects, and then the term mostly media or maybe when the articles are written, it says Nandish Sandhu all set to make his comeback after like let's say this project. So that comeback term, how well it goes with you? Because a lot of actors don't like that term.
No, it's not about liking, disliking. I think that works for the articles that the media writes, and people like to read that. So yeah, ultimately we're all working for the audience. So are you, so am I, and we like to give what the audience likes. So if the audience likes to read that it's a comeback for somebody and it excites them, I think there's no harm in it.
But then sometimes the audience really likes is like quite these tricky lines that the actors don't really like when if we talk the lines, the headlines.
Darling, it doesn't matter what you and me like. It's all about the audience. You have to give up now.
It's all about the audience. Well, in that case, how much does the feedback from the audience really affect your work, or maybe helps you choose the next project or the next character that you want to play? Does it really affect that?
To an extent, yes. Good positive feedback, productive feedback is always welcome, and I do absorb or whatever is required to be absorbed from the feedback that I get. Not to say that all the feedback is taken and absorbed by me, because a lot of it is actually not productive at all. And you know what happens on social media, so you have to be picky about what you read on social media. But yes, there are a lot of well-wishers who have been connected to me since years now, and they've been very, very loyal. I wouldn't want to call them fans, but they become like close to me. So they're well-wishers, and they give honest feedback, and I listen to them, and I try and implement it wherever I can.
Now that you say that you've been quite, obviously you have been quite picky about your roles, then what is that X factor that really made you say yes for Undekhi 2? Like ऐसा क्या था जिसने आपको खींचा उसकी तरफ?
A couple of things. One was honestly season one, because it was already shot, so I kind of had an outline to what I was getting into. Because sometimes when the script comes, it becomes very difficult to visualize how exactly it's going to turn out, and sometimes the director is visualizing it in a different way, and certain times it exceeds your expectations, certain times it leads to disappointments for actors like me, because it doesn't turn out to be the way we expected. But here I think the outline was already given by season one, so it was slightly easier for me to imagine how season two is going to be. This was one. Second thing was that the character, as I said before, it was something which I've not experimented before. It's in a space, and I'm being choosy with my words right now also, because I don't want to reveal too much about Samarth. So it is something which is edgy, and I've not played an edgy, arrogant businessman before. There are a lot of other characteristics about him which you will figure out when you see the show. But all these characteristics, I think only 20% of them would be something related to what I've done before. 80% was absolutely new for me. So it was challenging for me also to, come out with ideas and sit with the director, brainstorm on a daily basis, and figure out what can we add to the character, how can we make it something which doesn't look inspired from any other character in any other film or show that we've all seen. So yeah, that ways it was exciting, and that was the second reason. Third reason was the director himself. I think Ashish is brilliant in his thought process. He's detailed about how he sketches all his characters, his screenplay, the way his characters will talk, walk, everything. Like even when I met him for the first time, he gave me a few songs to listen to. He said, just listen to these songs. And I asked him, I said, why do you want me to listen to these songs in particular? Is it to see the actors in the song, or is it to see how it's been picturized? He said, no, just listen, shut your eyes and listen to the beats. That's your rhythm. That's what I visualize as Samarth's rhythm. So yeah, it was so detailed, and that all these things, they really kind of tickle me when things are being done in such a way, because this was something new to me as well, to to catch on to the rhythm of a character. So yeah, these were all the factors.
Well, I like this song part, because that was something quite interesting out here. But then tell me one thing honestly, because you are somebody who is a TV face, and then you have jumped into the other genres that now you are experimenting with. And with TV, audience does connect beyond the levels with the actors, and when they remember a chavi, to unke dimag mein wo, that image always stays. So how difficult, or maybe how easy has it been for you breaking that image from the audience's mind, and then putting in this new image of these new characters that you're choosing? वो struggle आपके लिए, वो phase कैसा रहा है आपके लिए? Has it been difficult or a cakewalk?
See, the last TV fiction show that I did was in 2014. After that, I did 2 films which released before the lockdown. So that time it was slightly difficult, because I was also wondering how the audience is going to take me into a new character, because they've always seen me and imagined me in a particular role that I did in as Veer. So when that happened, and I got such brilliant feedback from people, from the industry, from media, from critics, that was a huge motivation for me to now know that no, people do like new characters, and if you do something which surprises them and exceeds their expectations, they are always going to love it. So that's driven me forward to try different roles as well. And that's what drives me to do something which shocks the audience every time I come on screen.
But then do you call yourself or do you consider yourself like a big critic of your work?
I am a huge critic of my work, not.
Do you watch your work or you
I
are...
absolutely do. I absolutely do watch myself, and not once, multiple times. And the reason is not to criticize what you've already done, because what is done, it's already printed. Now it's in the audience's hands, and it's up to them whether they like it or they don't like it. You can't go back and change anything. But why I watch my things multiple times over and over again is to, first of all, break any habits that I'm carrying on screen. So every time I go in front of the camera, I don't want to be using my hand or my body or my voice or my anything, the way I use my accent. I don't want to be repeating it over and over again. Because that's the only way that I can shock my audience. Because I can't change my face too much. I can probably make some changes to my physicality, but
Yes.
The moment I change all of that, I can surprise my audience. So I watch my work to see if I am habitual to doing something over and over in front of the camera, and how to purposely get rid of that. So that is one of the reasons I watch myself.
And you do
Every time
criticize
I
yourself a lot.
Criticize in the sense, not criticize, but I do like to see that as actors, as artists, we all feel that we could have done better. But if we get stuck in that loop of that we could have done better, we won't be happy and we won't be able to move on. So it's important to accept what you've done, because at that point of time when you were doing it, that was the best foot forward you were putting. Later on, you can't go back and change it. So yeah, thinking for it for 5-10 minutes is okay. But then for me, watching my own self on screen is majorly because how can I make, the next time I go in front of the camera, how can I make myself look different?
But then is there anyone else in your life जो आपसे ज़्यादा critical है आपके काम को लेकर, who's like the honest reviewer of your work?
I have a few friends who give me honest feedback. They're not necessarily critical about my work, but they give me honest feedback. If they like it, they like it. And it's not always they say, "Nahin, it's not up to the mark." If they like it, they really appreciate it and they applaud me for it. But if they don't like it, they'll tell me honestly. And I'm glad to have such friends in my life.
I totally agree. People are going to actually tell you that this is bad, this is good, is what you really need to grow in life. I wish you all the luck for any other project apart from Undekhi that's coming, because Undekhi to hum bahut jald dekhne wale hain. What do you have to tell to the fans at the end? What can they expect out of 2022 Nandish's platter? क्या उम्मीद कर सकते हैं?
Well, there is another show that is releasing this year. It's going to be a huge show, a big show. I can't talk about the platform or the name of the show right now, but it's with Vikramaditya Morpani. So yeah, I'm very, very happy and glad to be working with him. That's all I can say right now.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Telechakkar, Nandish. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. Thank you. Same here.
Bye-bye. Well, that was Nandish Sandhu for you people, and this is me, Vishakha Pandit, signing off for now. I really hope कि जितना ज़्यादा enjoy नंदिश ने अनदेखी का हिस्सा बनकर किया है, उतना ही enjoy आप लोग उनके किरदार को देखकर करेंगे. Until then, this is me signing off for now. You do tell me in the comment sections क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप आज की हमारी इस interaction के बारे में. Know all about the Telly world by subscribing to Telechucker's YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated to our new videos.